Okay.
This is a delayed meeting of the CPC, and it is Tuesday evening, January 3rd. Thank you, January 3rd. Hold on just a minute. I took all my stuff with me into the other room, so now I need to bring it right back here. All right, the first thing we need to do is thank Anne for being here, because she has plenty of things going on in her life. So Anne, thank you for joining us tonight. It's much appreciated. And then secondly, let's run through the warrant articles one at a time and see if anybody has any emendations to make to the warrant articles in any way.
Do we need to introduce ourselves first?
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, Sarah. Andrew.
Andrew Boardman, Planning Board.
Thank you. Burton.
Burton Flint, Select Board appointee.
Thank you. Nancy Nelson.
Nancy Nelson, Historical Commission.
Charles.
Charles Phillips, Housing Authority appointee.
Thank you. Eve.
Eve Eisenberg, Select Board appointee.
Thank you. And Sarah.
Sarah Grimwood, Natural Resources Commission appointee.
And hello, and Linda Escobedo, thank you for joining us. And I'm Diane Proctor, Select Board appointee and chair. We have 3 warrant articles to consider. And let's be sure, because if we're going to run out of time, let's at least make sure we get those done first. Let us look at the main one first, which is Article 20, XX, number 20. And this is the one that we've discussed now for many months and reviewed and assigned money for. And I think we should be ready for someone to move to accept this as a warrant article.
I so
And
move.
then, thank you, Nancy. Do we hear a second?
I second.
Thank you, Burton. All in favor? We'll have to do a roll call. Andrew.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Nancy.
Aye.
Burton.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I realized my volume was down. I'm sorry. Eve.
Yes.
Thank you. Sarah.
Aye.
Aye. And then myself, aye. So that is unanimous, and I do so declare. And then we have Article YY. So it wasn't 20, it was XX. This is Article YY. Why do we do this? Okay. It's the Community Preservation Committee appropriation recommendation for the Concord Municipal Affordable Housing Trust. And if you remember, this is a vote to take the money that we now have in our account and transfer it to the Concord Municipal Affordable Housing Trust Fund. Do I hear a move to accept?
May I just ask a question? I thought
this
one was going to be at the special town meeting. Is that changed?
No, the special town meeting actually, Sarah, moved this amount of money into our account.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm behind the times. Okay.
No, that's all right. It's confusing. It's a stutter step. So now it's in our account, and now we're going to move that now into the Concord Municipal Affordable Housing Trust Fund.
Got it. Thank you.
And we discussed whether we wanted to put provisos on that or not, and we decided not to just give it to them for them to use, because they're pretty assiduous in terms of how they determine how the funds will be used. So it seems a good and reasonable thing to do.
Right.
Thank you. I've caught up. Yeah.
Okay. May I hear a motion, please, to accept this warrant article?
I move to accept the Article YY as presented.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Charles, and thank you, Nancy. Sarah, let's vote. Oral vote. Sarah.
Aye.
Charles.
Aye.
Nancy.
Aye.
Burton.
Aye.
Sarah. I already did you. Nancy.
Oh, aye, again.
Again,
I get 2 votes. Awesome.
you get
I
5
think you're
votes.
just missing Andrew.
I'm
and
sorry.
Eve.
Yes.
Andrew and Eve. Andrew
Yes.
and Eve.
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right. And I also vote positively, And so that warrant article is moved by our committee, and I do so declare. Then there's Article ZZ. And this is to determine whether the town will rescind and therefore return to our coffers to be able to be used next year, $250,000 that we had planned to give to the West Concord Village. Was it the West Concord Village Planning Group, I think. In any, I should know that. And I apologize that it's not on the top of my head right now. At any rate, that we gave them to that they did such good work for. But now that the Junction Village project is not going through, at least as planned back then, that money should come back to our coffers. So that's $125,000 in open space and $125,000 in recreation. So do I hear a motion to move a positive vote on that warrant article?
So moved.
Thank you, Nancy. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, let's do an oral vote. Sarah,
Aye.
Charles,
Aye.
Nancy.
Aye.
Let me get one this time, Nancy.
Just one. Oh, no.
Burton.
I'm in favor, though. Is it too late to suggest adding a comma after the word project in this? And maybe I'm not a editor, but it seems to me that we say it says to determine whether the town will vote to rescind prior appropriations in the sum of $250,000 from the CPC fund appropriated at the annual town meeting for the Junction Village Open Space Project, comma, and to appropriate that amount.
No,
Just for
actually,
readability.
No.
you can't put a comma because to appropriate the amount of the CPC Open Space Reserve Fund is not a clause phrase. Sorry.
Thank you, Diane. Okay, it just seemed mentally to separate the prior from because there's that clause describing it as appropriated previously, and then there's the action of the sentence to appropriate that amount. Anyway, like I said, I'm not an editor, and I didn't do particularly well in English. So,
Well, that's one thing I did well in. So let me.
okay, so I am just a yes, then, an I.
No. So do you prove it now?
Yes, I do.
I love it. Andrew
Aye.
and Eve.
Yes.
Hi, terrific. All right, so that's very good. We've done the very good work of the committee in that regard, and thank you so much for being expedient in that discussion. Okay, let's finalize the draft. I hope you all have had a chance to review it. Anne has done a beautiful job on
Yes.
on the CPC procedures manual, and I have it here on my iPad so I can pull it up if I need it that way. Does anybody have any additional emendations or changes they would like to recommend?
Nope, not me.
Okay, hearing none. Can I hear?
Hold on,
Okay.
Look at page 13.
Okay, I can't do it by page 13, so maybe Anne will pull it up on page 13.
Are you seeing my screen? I
You're
hope?
getting there.
Okay,
There we go.
Oops.
which part?
Have to change the town meeting. This is all for the next years. So
Oh, you're
we
right.
have to have
Right.
for the,
Oh,
in number
2024.
5, it should not be scheduled for April 30, 2023. It should say to town meeting 2024 or something like
Yeah,
that.
you're right. Okay.
Right.
And
That's
there's
it.
one
That's
more,
a very good, Charles. Thank you. Go ahead.
one more place, number 7,
Does the same thing.
2024 annual town meeting.
Right. Okay.
I
So
think
number
that was
5.
It originally said 22, so 2022. So she changed it to 2023, thinking we nailed it. You're exactly right, Charles. Thank you so much. All right. Accepting those changes, do I hear any other suggestions or recommendations for changes? Hearing none, can I hear a motion to accept this remarkable document that Anne has worked so hard on? Somebody?
So moved.
Nancy, do I hear a second?
I
Second,
second.
Thanks, Eve. Okay, we'll do an oral vote. Sarah,
aye.
Burton?
Aye.
Nancy,
Aye.
Charles,
Aye.
Andrew,
Yes.
Eve.
Yes.
I love the two yeses as opposed to ayes, and I as well. I as well say yes. How's that? And the motion is unanimous, and I do so declare. There's other business I would like if you had a chance to review the minutes. I hope you can let us know. I saw a couple of little things that I can send to Anne, but they're not consequential. Like the word about in one place or things like that. Did anybody see any changes of substance that they would like to suggest?
I did not.
No, I didn't either.
And Sarah, if you don't, they're not there. You're practically perfect in every way on these. Okay, terrific. Then may I hear a recommendation to move acceptance of the minutes of October 26th, 2022 and November 29th, 2022.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay. Sarah,
Aye.
Burton?
Yes.
Oh, now we're going to do it. Yes, Nancy.
I'll stick with that.
Charles?
Aye.
Hi. Andrew?
Yes.
Eve?
Yes.
And I do approve as well. And thank you so much. That's fantastic. And that is unanimous, and I do so declare. Paul is away on business, and so he is not here tonight. But I wanted to point out something, since we have a little bit of minute under new business, that some of you may have noticed what happened in Acton recently, having not to do with the CPC, but having to do with a candidate who was forwarded by the select board for the Acton 250 preparation for their celebration in 2025. A person who was perceived to be less than flexible in his attitudes toward issues having to do with diversity, equity, and inclusion. And he had been voted in or recommended to be accepted, and a letter was written to the Acton newspapers, and the select board voted to remove him. I share this not because I think any of us would be likely to post on any social media or any place commentary that might, cast a poor light on our profiles. But I would just remind us that because we're on committees, we have to be pretty careful what we post or speak to in any kind of public media or social media setting. Particularly if it is something that is derogatory or QAnon oriented, which is what the story about this man. So just sharing, not because we have to, but because I just thought it was just good to know that there are people out there listening and paying attention. So I wouldn't
Seems to be okay in Congress, though.
yeah, apparently you don't even have to be who you say you are. You can just make up a profile.
Oh, my goodness.
Egads.
Yes.
Egads. Okay, is there any other new business? All right. Linda, do you have any commentary on our evening that you'd like to offer?
What a good humored, flexible group. What a night. And I had to go between two meetings with all of this going on.
Oh, gosh.
Well, you can always count on ours to be good humored.
And Happy New Year, everyone.
Oh,
Thank you.
Happy New Year. That's
Happy
right.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good to see everybody.
Happy New
Quick
Year.
question.
Oh, yes, Eve, go.
Diane, when is our next meeting? This one caught me off guard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's my bad. My bad.
No, I think the next meeting, and let me get out my very sophisticated calendar, which is on paper. And
Anne had that draft.
January
Yeah,
17th,
they're all on the website because I had to go there to check.
right,
Okay,
January
thank you.
17th.
The
January
17th.
17th.
It's
Thank
on the
you.
website.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
But the problem with the January 17th one is I'm not sure we're going to need it. So watch
Mm.
to see, because we've done much of the very good work right now. And so I suspect we won't need that meeting. After that, we do have some other issues we have to take up. But
Okay.
for right now. And did we get, I read Stuart Saganor's announcement about the millions of dollars that have landed in his space. Is some of that money our way?
I don't know if it's arrived yet, but I believe some is coming our way. Yes.
Okay.
I
We
think
will-
last year there was another allocation in January too that followed the one in November. So I think it's the same this year. Mhm.
Well, I think we all look forward to hearing what that is, as people
Yeah.
think about the plan for the coming year, for the
Great.
next year. Okay, thank you all so much. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Happy New Year.